Hello, me Brian. Right, today is May 31st. Farm's doing really good. Got some carrots and some green onions and some beets and a couple little basil plants already growing. The other farm out back doing real good. Yeah, no, yeehaw, May 31st. It's a little chilly this morning. It's like around 10, between 10 and 10:30 right now, I think, right? Ambient air temperature outside is somewhere in the mid-40s. We got wind sustained at about 6 miles, 8 miles an hour coming out of the north, right? And today, this is the bi-monthly trip to Tonopah. So I figured I'd get this done before we, because I already did all my chores and did all that stuff. Anyways, alright, Teresa's doing pretty good. Right, she still has a little bit of pain in her hip and stuff, but she's been walking and doing some exercises and stuff. Right, and she's pretty much, on the outside all healed up. You know what I'm saying? We're still waiting for the ectoplast for the metal and the bone to join together, which is doing pretty good right now. So, I think in this coming month, we got to go down to Vegas to see the doctor again, you know what I'm saying? So, but she's on track. We're doing pretty good. All right. Go Ukraine! Let's talk about Ukraine. It's been almost 3 months now, between 3 and 4 months. The fighting is going on, you know what I'm saying? The Ukrainians have finally ceded, the possession of Mariupol. The Russians have taken over. They got the chance to evacuate other peoples, you know what I'm saying? And, the defenders and soldiers, right? And all that stuff. It was inevitable that Mariupol was going to fall. It was, right? So, strategically, Zelensky did really good to hold out as long as he did. I mean, yes, they suffered a lot of casualties, there was a lot of human loss, a lot of destruction, you know what I'm saying? Russians did a lot of bad things, allegedly, probably, right? But, hey. It was strategically, it was a loss, but right there, Jay made up for it in other areas. You know what I'm saying? I was just reading this morning that the Ukrainian soldiers, right, they totally destroyed this super fantastic, right, commando squad, you know what I'm saying, that they've been putting up a pretty good fight, right, you know what I'm saying, and now all the other regular Russian soldiers are scared. I'm sorry about the light sensor flashing on and off, but there, boom. Anyways, Ukraine has gained back just about all of the area that they lost in the initial part of the war, right? And so now the fight is focusing on the stuff that Putin wants, the Donbass and the Louisiana regions down there, Mariupol and all that stuff, because he wants that harbor. He wants that part, you know what I'm saying, of the world, because he believes that it should be his. We all know this. All right. So the ground war is pretty much going in favor of the Ukrainians, right? I mean, because of all the support and all of the resupply and the material, and you know what I'm saying, and all the aid that's been pouring in over the last month or so, right? Zelensky still wants more. He's always going to want more because his country's under threat. I mean, he's at war. I mean, if it was us, we'd be yelling and screaming at Biden right now. It'd be, launching missiles. We would. Right? Okay. He's pretty much gotten everything he wanted except the high-tech, missile platforms and all that stuff that's in direct violation of the NATO treaties and all that other stuff. Right? And yes, the NATO countries, the alliance has found ways to slip stuff into Ukraine, to help them, bolster their defense system, you know what I'm saying? And the people, now, the humanitarian crisis is being focused on a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And they're trying to help people, they're trying to do other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Right? Because now it's kind of sort of stabilized. So where do we stand with all of this? Well, Zelensky's not going to give up. He's going to keep, whining, he's going to keep begging, he's going to keep hustling, because that's what he does. That's his job. You know what I'm saying? He's going to keep trying to protect his people and keep the integrity of his country together. Go Ukraine. Freedom. Putin, on the other hand, is not going to give up. It doesn't matter how dire his situation is. He still has enough. He still has enough supplies, enough ammo, enough missiles, enough soldiers, enough tanks to keep this going. You know, like Afghanistan. I mean, they were in Afghanistan for 10 years before they decided they couldn't win that one either, right? And they were fighting tribesmen. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and with rifles, and they were kicking their butt. Ukraine's kicking their butt. You know what I'm saying? But Putin, in his mind, he's not going to give up, right? Now, all of these sanctions and all of this strangulations and all of the trying to destroy the Russian economy so that they can't, their war machine can't progress. That did it make any difference? Did it? Putin still has the ability to wage war. So that means somebody's still trading with him. Somebody's making a deal, you know, and that's his mindset now. That's where he's at now, because you got all these diplomats. Everybody's had a couple, 2-3 months to try to figure out what's the best way we can stop all of this. You know what I'm saying? And Putin knows this, right? He got his spies out there. He got his diplomats out there. He got his KGB guys. Remember, Putin was a spy. You know what I'm saying? So he knows which way the wind is blowing, whether it's good or bad for him in Russia. Right? He knows, right? And he's just going to sit there and he's just going to keep throwing soldiers at it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he might get lucky and they might turn it around here or there. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't see it likely either, like I don't. Right? It's pretty much going to be a stalemate once we get to like midsummer, right? Because now it's just starting to be spring. Everything melted. You know, the mud's starting to dry up. You know what I'm saying? Trees are starting to grow back. There's going to be a whole lot more foliage. There's going to be a whole lot more cover for the Ukrainian soldiers, right? To wage a very specific point guerrilla warfare against them. They've been doing really good now, right? Without all of the cover of spring and summer. Right? There is no good end to this, right? And Putin's going to sit on it until somebody makes him the deal that he likes. And that's all the way it is. That's how the Russians think. Right? It's in their mind, it's all about victory. It's all about being the top. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what, look at all the oligarchs. We seized all of their assets. We took their super yachts. We got their billions of rubles. But yet there's 3 of them still out there floating around in the ocean, running their worldwide, empire. Did any of these economic sanctions actually do any good to stop the war? Did they do any harm to us? Because remember, we're the ones that are leading the sanction war. We're the ones that are depriving ourselves of goods and services and money for this program and that program, you know what I'm saying? Right? To send aid and to strangulate, you know what I'm saying, the banking system of Russia. And the people are very, nobody knows what the Russian people think because the ones that try to speak up get arrested. The only ones we hear about are the ones with the big old Z on their chest. Go Russia! Are they brainwashed? Or is that generation cultural learned behavior since the Bolsheviks took over in 19-something? Right? You know what I'm saying? Remember, they're still a hardline communist nation. They might not be the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics anymore, but now they're the Russian Federation and they're still communists. Right? And their whole thing is world dominion. Because in their system, the state is the single most important thing, right? Above the humans. Above the people of the country, the state is more important. The mission, the soldiers are important. This is why he keeps throwing soldiers. It's the mission that's important in the communist mindset. Putin's calling Zelensky and all of his ministers and everybody Nazis and fascists. Freedom does not have a political party. Freedom does not have a political ideology. Freedom, right, it's natural. It's inherent to being a human being is the right to be free and to choose your own path. Don't you guys think so? Go Ukraine. Right? Not just somebody makes him a deal that he likes. And it's probably not going to be Uncle Joe. Right? Anyways. Right? Just something to think about, you guys. I mean, I'm just, this is just me out here in the boonies watching the shit on the phone, trying to figure it out. I ain't no expert. But it seems to me like, every time I made one of these videos, it kind of flowed down the line. Please like and subscribe and share this video if you want to update somebody. You know what I'm saying? Go Ukraine. Thank you.